Okay, so sometimes the only thing that gets me out of bed in the morning is knowing that even though Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all of these billionaires, multi billionaires, even though they have so much more money than me, they are going to die one day. And this is why I think that whenever people think that, oh, we're gonna like find immortality, we're gonna cure death, death will no longer be a thing, I always think, no, that would be the worst thing that could possibly happen because I need to know that Jeff Bezos is going to die like me. Otherwise, what's the point? It's like the only thing that keeps me going. The fact that they have all this money and it's not going to save their life. And I think that the reverse is also true. Like, I do things to help people. I try to live a decent life, try to be a decent person, but I am also going to die. Just like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or whoever. That even though I do good things for people and try my best, I'm going to die. I know that that's like always been really obvious to me, but even in like subtle ways, it kind of like escapes you. My coworker, they have a friend that was a nurse. They're the same age as us, and their friend finished nursing school and died. Got leukemia, was dead within 6 months. Never got to even like practice as a nurse. They like just finished school and then got their diagnosis and then died. And they said like, oh, my friend did everything right and they still died. And it's a wake up call for me that, oh, none of this like healthcare stuff matters at all. Like we can save as many lives as we possibly can, make sure that nobody dies, not in our emergency department, and do all these great things. But it doesn't like it's not gonna affect how long we live. In fact, it'll probably affect us how long we live in the negative way. High stress life, high stress job, being exposed to a lot of viral diseases. It's not good for your health. So, if anything, it's going to make us live shorter. So, I think that, like, and of course, like, we all know we're all going to die, but even, like, in small ways, you internalize, like, you do everything right. You do everything right, and then you get leukemia and you're dead within 6 months. It's just like that. You just can just get unlucky. You can go outside and get ran over by a car, you know, get ran over by a Snapchatting teen. Like, it's really that easy. So, the good die young is pretty much what I'm trying to say. And that no matter what you do or however good of a person you are, you can still get ran over by a Snapchatting teen. It's life is very fickle, I guess is the best way to describe it. Anyway, that's kind of my lecture for today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So I did a push day today. Very hard for me to get out of bed. I did not want to at all. But, it's my second day out of 4 days in a row of working. And I'm already finished. On the topic of saving lives, I did, get to save a couple lives today. But I was so exhausted. My coworkers told me to go take an extra long lunch because I was so exhausted. I wish I could have taken a nap, but that's the thing. When you're at work, it's really hard sometimes to just like take a nap because you just like go, go, go. You're on. So it's hard to turn it off, especially for like 15 to 30 minutes. But at least I got this really nice workout in. I got another workout while I was actually working, but at least I have this too. This is 175 pounds. I do it for 5 reps. I was trying to follow the good bar path where, yeah, you push it like out and then up, like closer to your head, and then up when you bring the barbell up. So that's nice. But yeah, I mean, I'm just feeling big. I'm at 192 pounds, so I'm getting very close to my goal of 200 pounds. Keeping it going. Did some side lateral raises in between each of my bench pressing sets. It's nice. This is like a good way to like fit more exercises in, because I'm just it's good for time management. The bench press hits those triceps, hits those front delts, hits the chest, of course. So there's like side lateral raises, that just hits the side delt. So it was they're like okay to like fit them in between. So yeah, good stuff. I'm gonna go to sleep. God, I was very excited to get home. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say besides go out there and lift. I don't know what else interesting to say about the topic of the good dying young. Something that I think about, was it like liberals and like people very left-leaning, the communists, the anarchists, stuff like that, they tend to die pretty young. I don't know, I think it's because like drug users tend to be like left-leaning, and conservatives tend to be rich, and rich people tend to live longer. So it's not that like old people are conservative and young people are liberal. It's that all the young liberals die young and only the conservatives make it to old age. Because, I think that's like a really big determining factor of like how long you live, is like how much money you have, which is awesome. But at least, the old people do die as well. The old rich people, in that sense, Yeah, at least there's that. But I really do get upset when people are like, oh man, I hope they find a cure to death. Because who do you think's gonna benefit from that? Who's gonna live forever? You think you are? You think you're gonna be able to live forever, buddy? They would never let you live forever. You're going straight to heck, buddy. Like, they're not gonna let you live forever. They're selling that to Jeff Bezos for $10 billion. $50, $100 billion, however much money Jeff Bezos, like, you can name your price for that. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. We can't have any good things. I think that, I think about like, oh man, I think the person who invented penicillin, they made it generic, or I don't remember they didn't patent it. They didn't copyright the penicillin so that like any company can make penicillin. And they lost out on a lot of money because they didn't do that. But I mean, the penicillin is like extremely important. We use it all the time. Now at this point we use like vancomycin, methicillin, stuff like that. But still, like, all those antibiotics. And they miss out on money because of it. If Jeff Bezos, like, people who are really rich, they get there for a reason. They have that like cutthroat mentality. If I'm not going to make this dollar, somebody else will. So it might as well be me because I'm me. So, it always is very interesting. Just the way like people are just completely delusional about like, oh, let's live forever. I mean, that would also, even if that was possible, like, that's just, comes with its own can of worms. There's like a lot of, like, a lot of, books, writings on, like, topics like this. Like, what about those vampires? Man, I got to see Twilight not too long ago on my birthday. It was awesome. Team Jacob, of course. Bella, where have you been, Loca? Um, but, I mean, all of vampire lore is just about, like, immortality. Like, those vampires aren't, like, happy. You know, they always look really sad and they're pale. I mean, they are hot vampires, you know. Twilight. Hell yeah. But, I mean, you're forgetting about the moral of the story. Another moral of the story is that men are monsters who crave young flesh. Um, that's an allegory, of course. The vampires. Oh, idiot. Happy International Women's Day. Um, I told as many of my female coworkers as I could, Happy International Women's Day. And they said, when is International Men's Day? I said, every other day. Every other day that's not today is International Men's Day. But today, this one's for y'all, ladies. So I tried to say that to every woman in the department. But it's crazy. Did you know that a lot of nurses are women? Spell women. WOMEN. Anyway, yeah, no, you don't realize how many women work in the emergency department until you go around and say Happy International Women's Day to every single one. Originally, I was going to say it to, like, my friends. But then one of them said, oh, you're the first person to tell me Happy International Women's Day. So I was like, all right, I'm going to hold it down for the men and to make sure these women at least hear once. Happy International Women's Day. Of course, it doesn't mean anything, you know? They're like, oh, it's International Women's Day. What do I get? You get to work. Now get back to work, woman. But yeah, International Women's Day. You don't get anything. Okay, this part is actually kind of interesting. This is a serratus anterior exercise I did. You start by moving the scapula away from each other, kind of like towards away from the midline of your body, and then you go into downward dog. Just bring your hips back, and then you bring the hips back forward, but keeping the scapula apart, and then you can let them sink, and then boom, back to it. This was a good core exercise, and it was also really good for serratus anterior. I think getting the arms above the head like helps activate the serratus anterior. So I might do these more during my push days. But yeah, this was awesome. I really felt in my serratus. And slowly but surely, I'm fixing my scapular winging. But when I say slowly, I really do mean slowly. Like, shit sucks. But it's really nice to get some serratus anterior activation. Sometimes I'll do like serratus anterior exercises, and I'm like just not feeling the activation. So yeah, that's all I really got. But yeah, push-up plus into downward dog. Great exercise, and I'm probably going to keep doing it. It's nice to find new exercises to do. So yeah, that's all I got. Happy International Women's Day. Tomorrow, it's International Men's Day, just like every other day. Bye.